Question 5 then. I've written down parts A, B and C here because you don't need to watch me writing. So the conditions for a binomial to be approximated by a normal distribution: n must be large, p must be close to a half. You don't need to be any more specific than that. You can't test all the p seeds because there would be none left to sell. And then part C says to write down the hypothesis for a two-tailed test. So H0 says that the probability of germinating is equal to 0.55, and because it's a two-tailed test, H1 says the probability of germinating is not equal to 0.55. And then for part D, what we've got is a binomial distribution with 220 seeds and a probability of germination of 0.55. So we need to turn this into a normal distribution. Now, my mean is given by n times p, so multiply these two together, we get 121, and my variance is n times p times q, so 220 times 0.55 times 0.45 gives me 54.45. Now remember, this is the variance, I need to square root it to use it. And I want the probability that x is bigger than 135. Yeah. Question says, given that 135 of the 220 p seeds germinated, so bigger than or equal to 135. And I can turn this into my normal distribution, so this becomes the probability that y is bigger than 130. Now I want to include the 135, and because I'm approximating a discrete distribution here by a continuous one, I need to bring my continuity correction into play. So this needs to be 134.5. Now again, I'm going to do this by standardizing. If you want to do it straight on your calculator, you can. Question 1 shows you how to do that if you need a reminder. So this is then the probability that z is bigger than 134.5 minus 121 divided by sigma, which is the square root of 54.45. So this gives me the probability that z is bigger than 1.8925. And then I can put this in my calculator. Yeah, look up the probability z is bigger than 1.8925, and I get an answer of 0.0337. And then to conclude, I've got a 5% two-tailed test, so I'm looking at 2.5% each end. So I'm going to say that 0.0337 is bigger than 0.025. Therefore it's not significant. I'm going to accept H0, and don't forget that you need a comment in context to get the last mark of the question. Yeah. So the company's claim is justified. Or you could say that the probability of a seed germinating is 0.55, but some sort of comment in the context of the question to get you this final mark.